Hello and welcome to another episode of Where Hammers Walk. Today, again, we have Bill and Sam joining me. How are we doing, lads? Bill, how are you doing? Good week?
Um, yeah, obviously I'm quite shocked with the score. Obviously last minute losing a goal. We literally could have had it in the bag, could have had 3 points, but obviously, yet again it weren't our time to be.
Sam, how's your week been? What did you think about that game?
It's been a busy week. For a game, it was a point stolen, wasn't it? Really, handball. But to be fair, I was pleasantly surprised with how well we played, especially when I saw the lineup. I was like, "Oh God, we're lost." Got Guido Rodriguez. No one wants him, but we actually fought really well. Some really nice attacking movement, especially in the start of the second half. And the best thing I thought today, Lando Norris champion.
The lineups when they come out, I just thought, wow, like what have we taken 2 steps back? It just it reminded me of the games before our 3 game or 4 game good run. It was definitely not a must win, but just to keep in the wake of the other teams, I think we should have won it. To me, definitely 2 points dropped. We could have carried on and done something, but I think it just got away from us. Tired legs. On this podcast, we keep saying for the last couple of weeks about these little chances where we keep switching off. Today, we didn't switch off. It was, to me, it was just deflected. Like there was nothing no one could have done except for Areola saving it. But then even then, I think there was so many bodies around where he couldn't see the ball, and then once he knows that it's been kicked, it's behind him.
To be fair, I wouldn't necessarily say 2 points dropped. I would say 2 points stolen. More.
Yeah,
I think that's more
yeah.
drop.
No, I definitely
That's
agree
more
with that.
stolen
It was definitely a handball. As we've talked about, our referees have said that there's no accidental handballs no more. And they come out and said today it was an accidental handball. How can it be an accidental handball when it's not in the game anymore? It's either a handball or it's not a handball. It's one of them.
Like I only watched by the highlights, so like obviously I can't comment on how the actual game was. But
Yeah,
obviously what I see from the highlights, we had our chances. We could have stole it. There must have been good like sort of link up play like between Wilson and Bowen. Obviously, it scored a goal. That was a nice little goal. That was more like a sliding tackle than it was a shot, wasn't it?
I was quite surprised of the shot,
was.
and I was even quite more surprised when it went in. To be honest with you, was not expecting it at all.
I wasn't
But
surprised. I
yeah,
was just going crazy.
when he went in,
Just,
like, oh my god, like what's going on? We've taken the lead, like.
there's no like limit to what that bloke can do.
No,
It's
but
shocking
I'll
with
tell you
what he can
something.
do.
When I saw in the first half, the ball went out for a throw in. Couldn't give you a number of the minute. We were watching F1 as well, but literally, he looked deflated. The lad absolutely looked deflated. He was shaking his head like, oh my, he looked like he didn't want to be there. But that's not how he played though. He played exactly how he normally plays, week in, week out. He got a goal, and then his celebration said it all. But at this season, it just seems like he has to be in that sort of position to get a goal. You see what I'm saying? Every time we've been
People,
up
other
against
teams don't need
it,
to. Other
like
teams don't need to do that. It just somehow falls at their feet and they're there to score a goal.
exactly.
It
And
never happens. It never
we
happens
always
to
work
us.
hard. Always work hard for
Always.
our goals. We have to. We have to. It doesn't just land at our feet. Like Mavropanos, the last seconds, he could have literally won that game for us. And I am not going to get your
I was
comment,
gonna,
Bill,
but
because
you
I
know, I
know
was gonna bring that
exactly
up.
what you're going to
Like
say.
he
But
he he could have
he
won
could
that
have said,
game. I could have
like,
actually been here praising him, saying, "Oh, what a brilliant player! Like, I can't believe
yeah.
that."
Well,
It's
that's
you
why he
not
didn't
praising
score
him
it.
what
It's your
puts the
fault,
doubt in
Billy.
his mind.
That's
It's
my
your fault,
fault.
Billy.
That's
If
my
he
It is
was
fault.
yours.
giving him
It's
more
your
praise, he would have
fault.
scored it.
Do you mean, yeah?
If he felt your love, he would have put every single header in from every corner.
I can't love that bloke. He's unlovable.
Mate,
Do you
to
know?
be honest,
Yeah.
he probably watches our pod. Hi, Mavropanos. Hope you play well next season.
We love you. We love you.
Hopefully he
Just
won't
saying.
be there next season. We'll have somebody better that can hold the line. You
But
know, someone that doesn't dive in for football tackles and all of that.
but even Nuno brought on a new player, that Mayers. I don't
Mayors,
Like,
yeah.
like I said. I think last game when I saw him on, or it was the watch along when I saw him on the bench. Who is he? But to be honest, he looked all right.
He
He
was
really
solid.
did look. He looked like he was just part of the team. Like
Mm.
it's not even his first game. Like, and
That's
if we're bringing in players like that, we've
we're saving
we've got
ourselves
a good team come
millions.
yeah.
in.
We're saving
That's
Uh,
ourselves millions.
mm,
that's one thing
and
I've
we've
got high praise for Nuno right now. He
yeah.
really is giving the academy the best chances that we've had for a long, long, long time. Before Moyes, before the Potter. But
But
Galami's
then
had decent amount minutes,
but then
scores when he's
mate,
fit.
he's got the balls to
But
play them
against
When
when
he
we're
Brighton,
needs
in
when
to.
this
it's needed.
situation, like when we're in this situation, you need the players to stand up. We wouldn't be digging into your people who in the lower academy and all that. But
But why
he's
not?
gone for the academy
Why
players.
not?
He's
Mm.
yeah,
At the
but they're
end of the day, he's
performing.
not got the money for it. He's not got the transfer
No,
budget for that. You know, at the end of the
we ain't
day,
got the players.
at the mo- but at the
Nuno's playing.
moment, yeah, at the moment, it's closed. It's closed window. So who
Yeah,
else has he got to fill the job? And I'm not being funny. Yeah, the under 21's been playing brilliantly, right? So
Do-
and obviously they're getting the recognition. They don't need to, they don't need to be signed because they're already under 21s. Why not give them a chance?
Yeah, well,
If you're
do
Nuno's
bringing
you
in
playing
think?
youngsters,
people.
you're bringing in youngsters in a position where you should have a starting position in that team, yeah. Then surely they're saying like, well, he's coming for you, like your job.
Mm.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
Yeah,
Nuno's
but
sort
do you
yourself
think
playing
out.
people.
Otherwise,
do you
he is
think
going to take the job.
do you think he's bringing in that Mayers to cover Afcon?
No, well, yes, partly.
Mm.
But
You got
Nuno's
Mayers on
playing
one side
people
and
with
Igor on the
hunger.
other.
Nuno's playing people with hunger. He's
Yeah.
dropped for people who's not got hunger, who's not got fight, and he's playing anyone who's got fight and hunger. And that's why
How
he
did
gets more
Paqueta play?
youngsters.
How did Paqueta play today?
He played good,
Same up.
actually. I thought he
I,
played all right.
I saw technically the same old Paqueta. He always plays well, um,
Mm.
but the
Questionable.
thing. Yeah, but we was outside of our area. He got it to his feet, and he tried to do a turn or a flick to someone, and then it gets blocked and then goes back to our own goal. Like they're the bits where you're like, we can't be losing it there. If that
Yeah,
was like a Man City or whatever, that's a goal. That is a
I know.
goal
Yeah.
right there. You
But
know,
with Paquetá in for squad today, we had more proper attacking intent, meaningful
I've,
attacking intent.
but then to be honest, do you think he watched last week and he's like, crap, I've got to
Yeah,
step up my game now. Like
yes,
Mm.
definitely.
where everyone's performing, and I'm just being a crybaby. Like it's not. To be honest, I would rather have him had a game on the bench and come on rather than started.
I didn't want him to start.
I
Do you
didn't
know
want him
what?
to
I
start.
was disappointed in Nuno that he didn't, stick to his guns, like, and be like, you're not too big for the team. Do you know what I mean? Like, this team is not all about you.
But
Stick
then, to be
somebody.
honest, what have they talked about where he's gone? All right, then I've changed my perception. You
I
like
think
this is
it's
the only
more.
bit.
Yeah,
Like
but anybody would change their perception just to play football.
I think
yeah.
it's more of a calendar because playing Thursday to Sunday, Callum Wilson cannot play that many minutes, so we had to drop Wilson. Who would you have to replace? Fulkrug? No, thank you. No one wants Fulkrug right now.
Nah.
So we had Bowie. But then you want Bowie more on for White still, so Paquetá's the only natural one to stay for. And you've got
Yeah.
someone filling for left, so he had to
But
play
then
him.
I was going to say you could play Magassa and Potts, but then again we played them a couple of days
Again,
ago,
but
and
you won't have anyone
you know,
being able to be at false nine or striker to connect for attackers.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
at the end of the day, I'm just happy that we got a point. You know, I'm glad we didn't drop all three. I'm just glad that we're keeping up with the pack slowly. Hopefully, you know, they'll drop a couple of points and we can pick some up, and hopefully we can catch them up.
Hope so. Aston Villa next game.
That's going to be a hard one. That is.
Yeah, I'm quite confident. Quite confident it's going to be a good game, and we can get the result we need. Crowd's going to be like the 12th man for us, to be honest. It's home. We always are the 12th man, but I think it's the
sometimes
time
we
to
don't turn up because we don't like what we're watching.
Yeah, but here's a question for you.
They've got to give us what we want to watch.
For the Aston Villa game, would you stick with 5 at back like we did today, or go back to 4?
4.
Yeah, I'd say 4.
See, I would do usually, but I think for 5 worked today against Brighton, and Brighton's a similar team with attacking intent as Villa.
Yeah. See, I would go 4 to see if it works. And if you feel like you're not actually getting anywhere, then could you go 4 attacking but 5 defending? You see what I'm saying? So that player literally gets released when we've got the ball, just to throw that man up there, be that extra person we needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, if we do go 5 back, we have to have an extra defensive midfielder. Like Potts, Magassa, like we did against Man U, basically.
See, I think it would be Potts, Magassa, Fernandes.
Yeah.
Some of them actually played quite well today. He was quite attacking.
Yeah,
he was.
He should have scored. He should have. He should have scored.
Again, but this is him not getting the playing time. If he was playing week in, week out,
he's been injured, so he's not going to get the playing time. He's been injured.
No, but I'm just saying, if he was playing week in, week out, he'd be slotting them away. No problem.
Yeah, well, he should be.
You know what I mean? He should be. Nine times out of 10 on his day, he would slot them away. But he's coming back from injury again. He's trying to get fitness, trying to get his sights in. You know, it's got to be hard when you've just been injured, you come back, and then you get injured again, and then you come back again. It's got to be.
It was just nice to see the energy from the left side, though, wasn't it? It wasn't just everything going from the right. We actually saw stuff going from the left as well. It was just so nice to see that.
So in January, do you think that will sign that David promise? Or promise David, innit?
I wouldn't promise it.
Do you think that he could make a difference?
Maybe.
Where does he play?
I wouldn't necessarily drop Callum Wilson straight away.
Striker.
I mean,
obviously you don't. You don't. Yeah, but obviously you don't. You don't drop Callum Wilson, right? But obviously you know full well that he cannot play a full 90-minute game every week.
See, but this is where I would have 2 up front. I would be playing a 4-4-2. I know it's generic, but if we're doing well on 4 at the back, do something swanky in the middle, and literally stick 2 up front. Get Callum Wilson being helped on. He had the energy in the second half today, and if he could have help up top, he could bide his energy and maybe last 3 quarters of a match.
It's sad. It's sad that you can't talk about your strikers lasting 90 minutes. That's bad. No, the amount of money that he's probably earning, right? Even though it's like obviously pay to play.
What when he plays or?
Well, he's been playing a lot.
Yeah.
You know, for an old boy, I'll tell you what, yeah, if that was me, like, I bet you he's about my age, or if not, a bit younger, yeah. If I was playing week in, week out and training like he was doing, I'd be dead on the floor.
I'm gonna find
I'd be
out his
dead. I
age.
couldn't do that.
Yeah, it's just these injuries catching up with him. But
Mm.
let's be fair to Callum Wilson. We all thought he'd be injured after 2 weeks, so he stayed fit all season so far. Touch wood.
Yeah, I know. Touch wood.
But yeah,
Sorry, I am just finding out his age.
but,
Oh, okay. Do you want to know
have-
something, Will? He's only
35.
my age. He's 33.
Oh, is he?
He's 33.
yeah.
27th of February 1992.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, he looks older than
Oh,
that.
he looks a lot better than you anyway.
Well, exactly. But he's a footballer. He's got millions to spend on his skincare routine. I only go
Not
little.
anymore. He's getting a pay to play.
Yeah,
Don't you
mate,
think
if
he's
he's
got money
paying,
behind
he's
him?
going to be paying.
I wonder how much.
But
I wonder how much
but
he
then
pays
again,
into his pension.
he's already said he wants to be playing for England, or he wants to try and play for England. So look, if
Let
it
him.
like
Let
I
him.
said to him before, like I've said to you before, if he wants to come on, score goals, make us win games, and try and get into the England team, go ahead. You know, we need that.
We're happy.
We need that
We're
at the
happy for it.
moment. Yeah.
Let's be honest.
And then
Callum Wilson's
we
been
might want
excellent.
him to stay for another season, but
Yeah, I do.
I can't see it. Like at the moment, he's done well, but we need.
We'll have money by the end of the year because do you know what? Next year, they're getting rid of FFP.
Yeah, but
They're getting rid of it. So
yeah,
all of
but
these players, they've got. They're just going to be an overload of money.
it's not though, because they're
They
not
will
just
be.
yeah, but they're replacing it with something else, aren't they?
Yeah, to make it easier to buy better players.
Yeah, it's like a salary cap. So it's not nothing
Players
easy.
not going to like it.
I reckon we should get some Arab in, use all his money to buy decent players, and then get another person in. Buy some
Yeah,
more players.
yeah, but then to be honest, like I reckon it's going to be so much difficult now. Than it's going to be in a couple of years because if everyone's going to be like, so are we going to FFP? Are we going to this new one? What if I spend this and then this that? Like, you know what I mean? Everyone's going to sort of be up in arms about right. Can I spend this? Can I spend that? Like you never know. We might get a few steals. Might get a few
Hopefully,
steals next season. You
hopefully.
know what I mean? Like so, some of these younger players which don't look like they fit in other teams in the Premier League, but are still doing well. I reckon we could poach a couple of them, and they'd actually fit in our team.
I think we've just done that with a Spurs academy. Mark
Yeah, but
Noble.
that's academy. We need players to
He's a
start
striker.
playing.
He's a striker. Stick him straight in.
Well, there you go.
I think he's 21. Boom, straight in there. Go and score a couple of goals. Prove yourself.
Yeah, but then you say stick him straight in. He's probably like the same size as Callum Marshall. Why not stick Callum Marshall in? You know he's banging in the goals for the under-21s, and he's already got match experience with them. So you know what I mean. So right,
6-7.
we're gonna wrap it up there for this week's pod, and we'll see you next week against Villa. And don't forget Sam's quiz coming out on Thursday. There's only one thing to say. Come on, you Irons.
Come on,
Come
you
on,
Iron.
you Lions.